My name's Shane. I served for 6 years in the Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment. I was a sniper and reconnaissance soldier. Did 2 tours of Afghanistan, a stint in the Falklands as an anti-tank gunner, and I was lastly posted in Cyprus for 2 years on the Theatre Reserve Battalion, operating in and out of Afghanistan, which is when I did my 2 tours. When I finished this, I then went over to Iraq and worked for various private military companies up and down the country for 6 years.
Shane has asked we don't reveal how he looks now, but he's happy for pictures of when he served to be shown. I asked the 34-year-old why he wants to get involved in a war that isn't our fight.
I think it is our fight. The democratic freedoms of an entire nation are being stomped all over by what can only be described as a modern-day Hitler, and I think if anyone who has the ability to fight could, then this would be stopped. The West aren't able to get involved, obviously, because of the mass ramifications that would happen if NATO engaged the Russian troops. The British government have given it the green light, so go out, fight, defend people, defend democracy and defend Europe.
Have you any sense of what you will be doing when you get out to Ukraine?
Not at present. I've got the intention of going out there and providing medical training, hence why I've fundraised for a massive amount of medical supplies. However, like any normal person, I will be carrying a weapon because there may be a time that comes when I have to fight, in which case I will.
What will go through your mind if there is that decision to be made, going from humanitarian relief work to fighting?
Who's the first target? Very simply, for me, ex-soldier, like most ex-soldiers, we still have the flight or fight instinct, and I believe in this situation it will be fight, and that will be a very quick decision to make.
What do your family, what do your friends, what do they think of your decision?
My family, absolutely furious. When I left Iraq in 2016, they were happy because I was out of a war zone. Now, not so impressed. However, they have joined in with the funding. My friends, not in the slightest bit surprised at all. This is me all over. So yeah, they're fully behind me.
Ukraine obviously is a country far out of our experience. We know about it because of its history. Why should British people join in?
The next step from Ukraine is mainland Europe, and the next step from Europe is the UK. If NATO does get involved, what's to stop Russia advancing further? Then we have a World War II situation all over again, and our country's at risk. So it needs to be stopped. It needs to be stopped where it is.
What's your message to other former service personnel like yourself who might be thinking about doing this?
If you're willing and able, do it. It's very simple to get out there. Contacts have been broadly publicised on multiple group chats, multiple Facebook pages. If you want to fight, get out there. They need all the help they can get, and they're willing to accept it. So.
We've seen examples in the past of British people, all sorts of people getting involved in conflicts that aren't theirs. Spanish Civil War is obviously the major example, the international brigades. They haven't always gone very well for people involved. Are you ready for the worst, I suppose I'm asking you?
Yeah, of course. Worst happens, the worst happens. If I get killed, I'll be dead. It won't be my concern, which sounds very greedy way of looking at it, but that is a fact of life, isn't it?
Are you doing this because you're lacking something in life, or are you doing this solely because you're so angry at what you're seeing happen in Ukraine?
I'm missing nothing. I'm angry about what's happening to Ukraine. I'm watching innocent civilians not far across the pond getting killed by Russia, and I'm not going to stand by and watch that and do nothing. I'm not going to watch it from the comfort of my sofa.
It should be said that the Defence Secretary has urged Britons not to travel to Ukraine to join the fighting, and the Prime Minister said the UK is not actively supporting volunteers.
2 things struck me about meeting Shane. First, the sincerity I felt that lay behind his words, and secondly, the fact that he will move beyond words and feelings many of us are feeling right now about the injustice of what's happening, but he'll turn that into action, no matter what the cost it might bring to him personally. Tim Cooper, Forces News on the South Coast.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.